はい、皆さん、こんにちは。それでは、シャーロック・ホームズ、罪と罰、続きやっていきたいと思います。今回から新しい事件が始まりそうです。ちょっとよくわかりませんが、とりあえず進めていきましょうか。なんか、電車に乗るって言ってたよ
Watson,
ね。
I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
1週間後。1週間も経つの？
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase.
結構荷物多かったね、今ね。
But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the
列車が
train
消えた？
vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
次の日、非常に朝早く。これちょっと面白いね。毎回こういう出てくるの。あ、これロード画面ですね。今までずっとホームズ一人だったのに、ワトソン君が乗るようになったんだ。列車に乗ろうと思って列車が来たんだけれども、急にライトが消え、列車も跡形もなく消えてしまったという謎の事件ですね。
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a
捜査を
full
始め
day
よう。
ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
消えた列車の謎を解明。列車が消えた線路を調べる。OK。じゃあまず線路を調べようか。普通に行っていいのかな？
First of all, let us examine the
まず
area
駅長さんに挨
where
拶
the
した方がいいかなと
train
思って
disappeared.
行こうと思ったけど、線路を調べようと。こんなとこは線路降りられるんだね。危なくない？危険ですよ。この線路の上歩くのってさ、捕まるんだよね、本当はね。ダメなんですよ。皆さん真似しちゃダメですよ。これはゲームですからね。L1。L1 はいろんな想像ができるんだ。
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
で、R1 を調べると、調べられる
Railway
ね。
sleepers.
鉄道の枕木、
Nothing
変わったところはない。
A discarded
ゴ
item.
ミだ。おそらく列車から投げ捨てられたんだろう。
There are no tracks
地
or
面には何の跡も
footprints
な
on the
い。
ground.
足跡も残っていないと。あとは
The rails have not been
線路には
touched.
触れなかった。ここには何も変わったところはない。全部調べたのか。
There are no signs to indicate that the train ran
脱
off the
線したような形
track.
跡もないと。
Nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and
手
you're
がかりはな
smiling.
く、微笑むホー
Yes,
ムズ。
Watson, I do smile
喜んでますね、
on
完全に。
occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map
こ
of
の
the
地域
region.
の地図が必要だと。
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
じゃあ駅長さんとこ行きましょうか。めっちゃあれだね。なんもないね。なんもなくない？家とかは何もないんですけど。こんな家も何もないところに駅があって使用する人はいるんですかね？利用する人か。駅長さんがあそこに座ってますね。座ってるというかしゃがんでる。こっち向いた。こんにちは。地図が欲しいんですけど。
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So,
やっぱホームズさ
you were
ん
Mr.
有名らしいです
Holmes,
ね。
the great
偉大な探偵の
detective.
ホームズさんですか？
Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
さあ駅長さんを調べましょう。ほくろ違う。あ、なんか調べられた。白髪頭、名誉記章、泥のシミ。なんでこの袖のとこに泥があるんだろう。結婚指輪、結婚している人ですね。列車に関する情報。
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
はい、じゃあ次地図。
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
めっちゃ協力的だねこの車掌さん。どう
See
ぞ
you
どうぞ
later,
みた
my
いな
good。man.
そしたら待合室に地図があり、車掌室にこれ何かがあるよみたいな。編成表、列車編成表があるよと。
Railway post
鉄道
bags.
の郵便袋。あとでまたなんかここ大事なところがあるのかな。ウェイティングホール、これが待合室か。ここに地図があるって。どれだ？地図っぽいのある？これか。違うか。これか。取る。
This map will be useful.
おお、地図が見れると。OK。で、あとは、なんか列車編成表が、車掌室みたいにあるよと。トレインサービス。ここですか？ガラクタの山。調べられるやん。
An old locomotive
古い
bell.
蒸気機関車の鐘だ。
This part is probably
蒸
from a
気機関車の
locomotive.
部品だろ
This place serves as a
う。駅の
storage
倉庫
area
と
for
し
the
て使っ
station.
ているんだろうと。
This part is probably from a locomotive.
うん。車掌室どこだ？ちょっとワトソン君邪魔。なんもないな。あっち側の方にもなんか扉あったよね。あっちかな？走れないの？ゆっくり歩くと疲れるんですけど。このね、歩いてる間のこう間を持たせないといけないと思ってこう離さなきゃいけないからさ、プレッシャーなんですよ。ここですね。車掌室がここか。電報。
A new telegram.
メッセージ
I think we should meet this
ロビンソン氏とやらに会った方がいいだろう。ロビンソン氏はブリドリントン駅にいるだって。これが列車編
Here
成
is
表
the
か。
train set.
はいはいはいはい。なるほどね。
A telegraph.
通信機。こんなもんかな、調べられるところは。ね。そしたら、次は、けど消えた列車の謎を解明するだな。なんか今書いてあった？特別な証拠がどうのこうのみたいな。特になんもないか。車掌さん。よかった。進んだ。特別貨車。
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
列車
Was
の
there
乗客
anything
は
exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. What kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting. You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to
ブ
visit
リ
this
ドリン
station.
トン
Could
駅
you mark it
に
on the
次行く
local
のかな
map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
よし OK。じゃあブリドリントン駅に行きましょうか。この馬車で行けるって言ってたよね。何を運んでいたのかを次突き止めると。なんか重要なものがなんか運ばれてたっぽいよね。はい、ブリドリントン駅にやってきました。まずはどこ行けばいいんだ？待合室。なんか誰かいる。こんにちは。怒っている乗客だって。
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
何者だろうか。ちょっと観察してみましょうか。作業着。安い剣。気根。気根は関係あるのか？きめの粗い肌。何かあったのか？
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
乗客全員を降ろしたのか？
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
グッバイ。この人はめっちゃ横柄な感じ。あ、この人ロビンソンさんか。
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case,
Shamrock
Mr.
Holmes
Shamrock
さん。
Holmes, please
い
excuse
や
me.
いや、名前間違
But
って
I'm
ま
not
す
in the
よ。
mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
私のこと知らないんですか、あなた。有名な探偵ですよ。オーストラリアの帽子。オーストラリア人だから知らないのか。そのシャーロック・ホームズのこと。高価な衣類。お腹出てますよ。重みがある金の指輪。これは？これは調べられないと。靴。装飾的な靴、ワニ革。どっかのお金持ちのおじさんだね。
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a
電気を生み
revolutionary
出すための
device.
試作
It
品
is
を運ん
capable
でたん
of
だ。
producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention. But I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
取締役。
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean
チ
Barcazas
リの
company.
バルカザス。
I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
試作品の価格は
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in. And yet, I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
列車にあなたは乗っていましたか
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram
駅長に降ろ
declaring
され
that
た
an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The
Naruhodo.
ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazas Chilean company.
怪しいですね。列車のこのお兄さん、
A telegraph.
駅長。じゃあ、調べられるもんないんだ。珍しい。
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions. Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
じゃあ調べましょうか、この人。すごいなんか、あれなんだね。なんか、若者。その、旅客なんとか法にすごい忠実な人なんだね、きっとね。清潔な衣類。指導書。なんか指。インクのシミ。ちょっとこいつ怪しいな。
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say. How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
資格。駅長の報告は秘密です。これは何の秘密のことを言ったんだ？列車編成、列車遅れた、路線図、新人の駅長、ロビンソンが、なんだろうな。ロビンソンが下車したことが重要な報告なのかな？違った。正しい答えを選びます。
Apart from the passengers disembarking, Did you notice
Ah, やり
anything
直し？
else that was unusual last
この
night?
質問的に
I
さ、
did. And I mentioned it in my report
君
to
は
our higher
あ
management
の
on the matter.
What was it?
何年ぐらい
Sorry, but I
やっ
can't
てる
tell
ん
you.
だみたいな
The
駅
station
長みたい
master's
な。
reports are confidential.
初めて間違ったかもね。
Confidential,
今までじゃあ全部あった
How
んだ
long
ね。
have you been
入
working
社してど
here?
れくらいになるのかねって
I've
聞
worked
い
here
て
long enough
て
to、be
もう十分な
quite
期間やってま
capable
す
of
よみたい
managing a
な
railway station.
こと言ってるから、いや、お前どうせ新人だろと。いうこ
Let
とでい
me
いのか。
speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very
検
rude.
察係はやっぱ
And
他にい
then,
て、
later on,
すんげえ横
I
柄だったん
received a
だ。
most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
奇妙な伝
What
言
did
と
the
は
telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the
Chesterfield
station
駅を
master
訪れよう。
saw the train or not.
チェスターフィールドテストウ壁、列車番号324、うちゃけ35、アッシ35。なんだ謎の暗号をいただきました。あ、なんか三角いろいろできるようになったね。おー、なるほど。乗車もろとも消えた列車と、乗客もろとも列車の後はない。あ、繋がんないんだ。チリ、これだね。チリ人が列車に取り残されたのはただの偶然だった。いや違う。チリのバルカザス社の取締役が列車の中に残された。うん、これ怪しいな。チリ人が残されたのが怪しい。あとは特別滑車と列車の後はないとか違うか。違うか。ない。まだ繋がるものはなさそうです。1個だけ繋がったね。よし、じゃあとりあえずは、次の駅に行ってみようか。あ、けどなんかあそこら辺とかにも人いるね。いっか。ちょっと待って、ごめん。特別滑車が運んでいたものを突き止める。なんかの試作品だったんでしょ？それじゃなくて、まあいいか。チェスターフィールド駅に行ってみよう。はい、やってきました。周りは特に何もなさそう。入りましょうか。ゴミ箱。
This bin is full
空の
of
瓶がた
empty
くさん入って
bottles.
いる。失礼します。勝手に入っていいのかな？車掌室でしょ。
A telegraph.
電信機。モールス信号のアルファベット。
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
はい。これはなんか結構重要っぽいね。なんか酔っ払ってないこいつ。この駅長。だから打ち間違えたのかな。こんにちは。
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
Huh? What? The 18 hours 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
列車の乗客は？
Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No. Nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
よし、こいつを見よう。めっちゃ酔っ払ってるでしょ。赤い花。赤花じゃないですか。既婚者らしいよ。こんな酔っ払いが。あ、なんか酒のボトルあるね。携帯用の酒瓶。釣り糸？なんで釣り糸なんてあんの？清潔な衣類。衣類は清潔なんだね。おかしな伝言。
The station master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
はい。例の列車は確かに覚えている。はっきりと覚えて、お前だけど飲んでたんだろ？
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of
かなり
alcohol.
の量を飲んでいたが、まだ救いようがないわけではない。だって。
It will not be long before he is.
け
Obviously,
ど、
his
まあ酔っ払ってたら
testimony
ね
cannot be、
証言は
trusted.
信用できないと。さあどうしようか。あ、けど待って。またこれできるわ。チェスターフィールドの駅長当てにならない。と電報が一致するんじゃない？やっぱり。本当に報告を送ったのかは確かではないが、列車はチェスターフィールド駅を通過した。いや、それはわからないよ。駅長は先に酔っていたので、彼の証言は確かではない。列車を確認せずに報告を送ったかもしれない。これはありますね。はい。オッケーオッケー。ここまでいいかな。じゃあ次、
A telegraph.
次どこ行けばいいんだ？外出てみるか。誰か話聞ける人いないかな？列車を見てた人とかいない？
There is no sense in asking the station master to open it.
ここ開けたいけども開けられない。こじ開けようと。またこれか。これ嫌いなんだよな。この今青くなってるところが今回るところなんだよね。で、これで入れ替えてどっかに合わせるみたいな。どこに合わせればいいんだろう結局は。ちょっと考えさせてもらいます。もうなんかできました。ごめんなさい。めっちゃいろいろやってたらとりあえずできた。ありがとうございます。今回やっぱね、飛ばすがなくて全部自力でやんなきゃいけないっぽい。結構大変。
These tools were used quite recently. They are
これらの
still
道具は最
muddy.
近使われている。まだ泥がついていると。これだけ？
Railway post bags.
なるほど。この道具がなんか使われてますよと。怪しいねっていう話だね。あと調べられるところあるかな。あ、ここの部屋は入れないのかな。こっから入れるかな。あ、けど同じだよね。あ、こっちの部屋は入れないのか。ワタソン君邪魔ちょっと。邪魔。マジで邪魔。こいつマジで邪魔だったぜ。そしたら、駅長に聞いて話してくれんの？あのスコップ。わかるのかこの酔っ払いで。おい、わかんのか話。汚れ
You
た道
have
具。
quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, might be easier to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
作業員が来
Who
たと。
were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink. And whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
なるほど。よくわからない作業員が来て、こいつに酒を飲ませ、あの道具を借りてったと。そういうことですね。怪しいですね。特になんもないか。旅行カバンみたいなのあるね。あと調べられそうなところは特にないけど、なんかその道具を使ったっていう話があったんだから、その場所を調べるのかな。なんか線路上で、なんか盛り上げたみたいな、土を盛ったみたいな、なんかそんな感じで話をしてたね。線路降りれんのかな。何かきっと細工がされてるに違いないと。あ、けど降りられないか。あ、降りられた、普通に。どっち側に行けばいいんだろう。あー、普通にそっち行っちゃうんだ。どっかを多分なんか作業した跡があるんじゃないか。私のこの行で行で見よう。こっちかな。こっちっぽいね。あ、こっちはどんどん歩ける。あ、けどなんもないな。なんもないね。こっちは L1。L1 も特に何もないか。あ、やばい。これ以上はいけないらしい。けどなんか絶対なんかあるよね。あの道具を使ったんだから、どっかできっとね、作業の跡があると思ったんだよ。けど特になんもないね。まあ、このね、いろいろ怪しいところを調べられる、この特殊な目をですね、まあ今までの駅であんまり使ってなかったから、使いながら調べた方がいいのかもしれないね。床に引っ掛け傷ある。
Bags were recently dragged here.
気づかなかった。袋を動かそう。あ、酒瓶だ。
French wine. A
かなりの
remarkable
年代物
vintage.
のフランスのワイ
These
ン。
bottles are too expensive for a station master's wage. They were likely taken from the parcels.
Shameful.
けしからんすね。人の郵便物からくすねてワインを飲むなんて許されないぜ。あと調べられそうなところはないな。あなたワイン盗んでたでしょ。
Oh, will
Ah,
I ever get
もう
any
話せない。
peace?
ここで調べられるのはこんなもんかな、とりあえず。とりあえずは、ちょっと違うとこ行ってみようか。あ、ここ入れたんだ。ごめんね、多分ここだね。
A handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same
手漕
construction
ぎ機動
were
車を組み
scattered
立てるだっ
everywhere.
て。ああ、そっか、ここ入れないものだと思ってたけど、入れたんだ
Watson,
ね。
please tell me, do you believe in magic?
Of course not, Holmes.
Then you are of the
なぜ
opinion
列車
that
が
a
消えた
train
のか。
cannot simply
手漕ぎ列車み
disappear.
たいなのを使っ
Well, we
て
both
調
know
べるの
that
か。
that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience, Watson. You will understand my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
チェスターフィールド駅を調査するが完了した。あ、これが三角でできるようになったから、これでまたなんか実験するんだね、きっとね。この部品と列車の跡はないことによって、列車は動いてなく、この手漕ぎ列車が動いてたと。解体された手漕ぎ列車、機動車がこの事件の謎に関係しているようだと。 手漕ぎ機動車を復元して消えた列車が再現できるかやってみる。はい。課題が出ましたね。
The whole train just disappeared.
うん。この解体されている手漕ぎ機動車はこの謎と深く関わっているように思える。復元して消えた列車を再現できるかやってみようと。ん？
I should use the appropriate object here.
何？どういうこと？回転させる？あ、正しいところに置いていくみたいな。どこだ？
I should use
あ、
the
回転させれるのか。あ、待って、ちょっと一回物を置いて、あ、飛ばすが出てきた。回転させる R。あ、ごめんね、これ回転させれるんだね。OK。これ持って、ここに置く。であとは、あと何これ、操作棒。ここに置く。あとなんか、これ、ブレーキ。ブレーキどこだ？ブレーキ置く。で回転させて、あとなんか置けるものは？あとなんか置けるものあるか？土
I
台、
should use the appropriate
木の土台、あ、あと何か置ける？あ、これか。木の板を、その土台のところに置くよと。そこにはめたいんだけど。あ、置けた置けた。
So, now here we have the fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson, I haven't finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle.
次どうすんの？
The whole train just
あ、
disappeared.
想像するの。
It's
イマジネーション
unbelievable.
あるものが必要だって。
We need to attach a headlight and a
前照灯と汽笛を取り付ける必要があると。私の記憶が確かなら、その中汽笛とかは最初の駅になかった？確か。ここにはないよね。長い棒を取る。なんか取った。いろいろ取っちゃったよ。なんか大丈夫？あ、これがあれか。なんかいろいろあるから取っていく。これでいいの？もう使えるかな、これで。長い棒を取り付ける。
The long pole is now attached. It will allow us to connect the headlight. The headlight is
はい
attached.
で明かりをつ
The
けて
steam whistle
汽
is
笛も
now
つけたと
connected.
完璧やん。
And what can we do to make the steam whistle work?
It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher. The fire.
消火器いつの間
Now
に取ったんだ
let
ろ
us see what we have here.
う。動かそう。動かす？空
The
気を圧
steam
縮させ
whistle is ready to be used.
でプッポおお鳴った。でライトもつけて、ああなるほど。
Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you half suspected it.
Huh. At any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
はい。完了しました。偽列車の実験は完了。次どうするんだろうね。偽の列車と、この予備の備品がくっつくでしょ。やっぱり。列車はイージャム駅に到着していなかった。実はもっと手前に消えていた。誰かがチェスターフィールド駅で手漕ぎ機動車と予備部品を使い列車に真似ていたものだったと。はい、ありがとうございます。で、次のミッションとしては、まだ特別貨車が積んでいたものを突き止めるようになってるね。ってことはまだまだいろいろ調べるところはあるんでしょうが、まあお時間がいい感じなんで今日はこの辺にしときましょうか。最後までご視聴いただきどうもありがとうございました。また次回も見ていただけると嬉しいです。それではお疲れ様でした。バイバイ。